Former fan Kristina Sarhadi, who came forward against the punk rock singer in July, Justin Sane, she is also suing the band, claiming they had a duty of reasonable care to enact policies and procedures to protect fans. You know why all of these lawsuits are surfacing? As of November 24, the Adult Survivor Act went into effect in New York State, allowing survivors of sexual offense 1 year to file civil claim for cases that occurred even decades ago. With that being said, we're going to have knowledge of all of the accused and accusers. Interesting enough, one of the biggest revelations was the P. Diddy and Cassie case. Obviously, many are aware of the behavior. Like I said in the last video, it was reported by many that this is common behavior. Some had the audacity to subtly flaunt their abusive and or reckless lifestyle. Just so you know, this is not a black issue or a white issue. This is a problem that is happening within the music industry. So Kristina is suing Anti-Flag's Justin Sane for assault. 4 months after the punk rock group disbanded, in the wake of the multiple women coming forward to accuse the frontman of predatory behavior. This assault and statutory ape, according to the lawsuit obtained by Rolling Stone. Now, Kristina Sarhadi, a New York holistic therapist and health coach, filed the lawsuit against Sane, whose legal name is Justin Jeever, on Wednesday in New York. She is also suing the band's distribution company, which the band makes Patrick Bollinger, aka Pat Dected, Chris Head, and Chris Barker, aka Chris Number 2, are registered members for the unspecified amount. Justin Jeever used his platform as a celebrated, self-proclaimed punk rock star to groom and lure vulnerable girls into feeling safe in his presence, Sarhadi said in a statement. While he sang about protecting women and standing up to abusers, it appears he was hiding an addiction to power and control, harming countless women who have been unable to speak up before now. Today, I hope to encourage the survivors and survivors of other predators in the music industry to feel hope again. A representative for the band did not immediately reply to the request for comment. Initial attempts to reach Jeever were unsuccessful. Sarhadi came forward about her experience with Jeever on the Enough podcast in July, detailing a harrowing October 2010 encounter with the unnamed activist punk singer who allegedly sexually assaulted her when she was 22. Although Sarhadi did not name Jeever, fans quickly guessed who she was referring to. She later confirmed Jeever was the singer. It was the most terrifying thing I ever experienced, Sarhadi said. I can't stress how violent he was and how much I fully believe I was going to die, that he was going to kill me. After attending a party together, Sarhadi claimed that Jeever invited her to his hotel room under the guise of listening to an unreleased song. Once in the room, Jeever allegedly began restraining and strangling and forced Sarhadi to perform oral sex on him. According to the suit, when she could breathe, She repeatedly pleaded with him to stop, the lawsuit alleges. She was shocked and crying. He was mean and violent with the plaintiff. She did not matter and was just an object for him to dominate. Sarhadi alleges she was only able to escape once Jeever passed out on top of her. So Sarhadi's lawsuit mirrors the allegation that she first shared on the podcast. Hours after the episode aired, Anti-Flag abruptly deleted its social media pages and announced it was disbanding after 35 years with no further explanation. Jeever later denied Sarhadi's claim, saying he had never engaged in a sexual relationship that was not consensual. Bollinger, Barker, and Head said in a statement that while the band's core tenet was to listen to and believe all survivors, they had never seen Jeever act violently or aggressively toward women. But in September, Rolling Stone published an investigation where 12 more women accused Jeever of predatory behavior, sexual assault, and statutory ape, according to the United States and Europe, dating back to the 1990s and as recently as 2020. Many describe themselves as anti-flag fans who shaped their social and political beliefs around Jeever and the band's messaging, only for Jeever to allegedly exploit his position for his own sexual gratification. The other band members were criticized by some of the women, including 3 who said Jeever bought them backstage and on the band's tour bus as teens and young women. They knew how young everybody was. Rebecca, who dated a 25-year-old Jeever as a 17-year-old in the late 1990s, claimed there was a clear boundary that he kept crossing over and over that should have raised flags for everybody. The lawsuit claims Hard Work Distribution, which included Bollinger, Barker, and Head, should have known about Jeever's alleged conduct and had a duty of reasonable care to enact policies and procedures to protect fans. The decision to file a lawsuit takes great courage and is often not possible for so many survivors of sexual assault, says Sarhadi's attorney. Karen Bark Menzies. Accountability is only attainable when survivors stand up for themselves and each other. I predict that in 5 years, the music industry will be viewed the same way as a Catholic church or the Boy Scouts, a powerful force that also enabled and shielded sexual predators for decades. Another Sarhadi attorney, Dr. Ann Olivius, said drugs, sex, and rock and roll was a reality that meant a lot of young women got abused. The band had handlers who made it all happen and executives who covered it all up because so much money depended on it. Sarhadi's lawsuit was filed under the New York Adult Survival Act, a 2022 act that opened up a 1-year window for victims of sexual offense to file a civil lawsuit against their abuser. Regardless of statute of limitations, the window closes on Thursday, today, and several lawsuits naming high-profile figures including Diddy, Russell Brand, Axl Rose, Bill Cosby have been filed in the last days. Previously, Sarhadi told the Rolling Stone that she was hesitant to come forward against Jeever because he was a fierce and public advocate for feminism and protecting women. It took until seeing an anonymous Tumblr post from a woman who also hinted at having a violent encounter with Jeever to push forward with telling her story. I truly believe this persona and what the band were always persistently singing and talking about. Sarhadi said, I didn't want to be the one to take that away from anyone else. It is just my thing to always err on the side of the victim. And with that being said, the accused have the right to defend themselves. For that reason, you have to have proof, evidence. Like I said, we are going to hear of more cases, unexpected cases to come through. Some will be proven true, and of course, some will be proven false. But nevertheless, I am glad that people are being held accountable for their actions, especially with young people, because that shapes their lives.
So y'all tell me what you think about this story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.